HSRP stands for Hot Standby Router Protocol. It is a Cisco proprietary protocol. It provides network redundancy. HSRP works by having a group of routers. This group is called a standby group. One router is the active router. The other router is the standby router. The active router handles the traffic. The standby router takes over if the active router fails. HSRP is a first hop redundancy protocol. It works at the network layer of the OSI model. This means it is transparent to end devices. HSRP is a valuable tool for network administrators. It helps to ensure network uptime and reliability. Configuring HSRP is simple. You need to configure it on each router in the standby group. Here are the steps on how to configure HSRP. First, enable HSRP on the interface. Use the command. Next, assign HSRP priority. Use the command. The higher the priority, the more likely the router is to become active. Then, configure preemption, which is optional. Use the command to enable preemption. Preemption allows a higher priority router to become active even if a lower priority router is already active. These are just the basic commands. You can fine-tune your HSRP configuration further. For example, you can configure HSRP timers. These timers control how quickly failover occurs. HSRP routers go through different states. These states determine their role in the redundancy scheme. Here are the different HSRP states. Initial, where the router is starting up. Learn, where the router is learning about the standby group. Listen, where the router is listening for HSRP messages. It is not the active or standby router. Speak, where the router is sending HSRP messages. It is the active or standby router. Standby, where the router is a candidate to become the active router if the current active router fails. And active, where the router is actively forwarding traffic. Failover happens when the active router fails. The standby router detects the failure. It takes over the active role. This process is transparent to end devices. Understanding the virtual MAC address in HSRP. HSRP uses a virtual MAC address. This address is shared by all routers in the standby group. The virtual MAC address is used to send and receive traffic for the virtual IP address. When a router becomes active, it uses the virtual MAC address as its own. When the active router fails, the standby router takes over the virtual MAC address. This ensures that traffic is not interrupted during a failover. The virtual MAC address is a key component of HSRP. It allows for seamless failover. It ensures that traffic is always sent to the active router. When HSRP might not be the ideal solution. HSRP is a powerful tool for network redundancy, but it is not always the best solution. Here are a few cases where HSRP might not be the ideal solution. You need redundancy across multiple physical locations. HSRP only works within a single broadcast domain. You are working with a mixed vendor environment. HSRP is a Cisco proprietary protocol. You require a more robust solution with advanced features. Other protocols like VRRP or GLBP might be more suitable. It's crucial to assess your network's specific requirements. This will help you determine if HSRP is the right fit.